On the edge of a vast riverbank in a small village, a curious girl named Jacqueline spent her days exploring nature. She was fearless but kind-hearted, always looking for beauty in things others feared. One day, she stumbled upon a crocodile stranded in a shallow mud pit, thrashing helplessly. Despite her fear, Jacqueline approached carefully. "Don't be scared," she whispered, offering help. The crocodile froze, watching her with wary eyes. Gathering all her courage, Jacqueline used a long stick to free the reptile, who crawled back into the river, vanishing without a sound. The next day, Jacqueline returned to the riverbank to see if the crocodile was still there. To her surprise, it emerged from the water and rested on the shore, watching her calmly. She named it Lulu. At first, Lulu kept his distance, but day by day, he grew bolder, coming closer. Jacqueline would talk to him about her life, her dreams, and her lonely days. Lulu listened silently, his golden eyes gleaming in the sunlight. Word spread through the village about Jacqueline's strange friendship. Her parents warned her, "Crocodiles are dangerous, Jacqueline. You can't trust them." But she defended Lulu. "He's different. My friend." The villagers began calling her foolish and reckless. Even her friends stopped playing with her, afraid of her wild pet. Jacqueline, though saddened, believed in her bond with Lulu. One morning, Jacqueline brought Lulu a basket of fish. He accepted it gently, showing no aggression. She noticed his wounded tail and treated it with medicinal herbs she had learned about from her grandmother. To her delight, Lulu remained still and cooperative. For the first time, she felt a deep connection. It was as though Lulu understood her kindness and was grateful. As weeks passed, Lulu began following Jacqueline along the riverbank, always staying in the water. His presence scared away other animals, giving Jacqueline a sense of safety. But one day, a group of boys from the village taunted her, throwing stones at Lulu. Enraged, the crocodile snapped his jaws loudly, scattering the boys. Jacqueline scolded them, but fear grew in her heart. Was Lulu truly safe? That night, Jacqueline dreamed of a talking crocodile warning her of betrayal. She awoke in a cold sweat, questioning her decision to trust Lulu. The next day, she sat by the river and asked aloud, "Lulu, would you ever hurt me?" Lulu only blinked and slipped back into the water, leaving Jacqueline feeling uneasy. Trust was beautiful, but it was also fragile. One afternoon, a traveling merchant arrived in the village with stories of crocodile attacks in neighboring towns. "These creatures are cunning," he said. "They lure you into trust and strike when you're vulnerable." Jacqueline's parents begged her to stop visiting Lulu, but her heart rebelled. "He hasn't hurt me," she argued. Still, doubt began to creep into her mind. Determined to test Lulu's loyalty, Jacqueline devised a plan. She pretended to fall into the river, calling for help. To her astonishment, Lulu swam to her side, nudging her toward the shore with his snout. The act reassured her. "You're not like the others," she whispered, hugging his scaly neck. Lulu closed his eyes, as if in silent agreement. However, the village chief saw this and declared that Lulu was a threat. "He may act tame, but is still a wild predator. He must be killed." A hunting party was formed to capture Lulu. Jacqueline overheard the plan and raced to the river. "You must leave," she begged Lulu, tears streaming down her face. "They'll hurt you." But Lulu stayed put, as if unwilling to abandon her. That evening, the hunters set traps along the riverbank. Jacqueline, desperate to protect Lulu, stayed awake all night, dismantling the traps. But she knew she couldn't save him forever. She decided to hide Lulu in a secret cove far from the village. With great effort, she lured him there with food and begged him to stay hidden. Days turned into weeks, and the village grew calm again. Jacqueline visited Lulu in his new hiding place, bringing food and sharing stories. Their bond seemed unbreakable, but Jacqueline knew they couldn't stay like this forever. One day, she told Lulu, "You're meant to be free. You can't spend your life hiding because of me." Lulu's gaze lingered on her before he swam away, disappearing into the river's vastness. Back in the village, life returned to normal, but Jacqueline missed Lulu deeply. She often sat by the river, wondering if he was safe. One day, a fierce storm flooded the river, threatening to sweep away the village. The villagers scrambled to save themselves, but Jacqueline was trapped in the rising waters. She cried out for help, clinging to a tree. Through the chaos, a familiar figure emerged, the crocodile. Lulu fought the raging currents to reach Jacqueline. Using his powerful tail, he pushed her to safety, defying the storm's fury. The villagers watched in awe as Lulu saved her. Their fear turned to respect as they realized the bond between Jacqueline and the crocodile was real. When the storm passed, Lulu swam away without looking back. Jacqueline's heart ached, but she knew he had given her a priceless gift, his trust. The villagers, too, learned to see Lulu differently, recognizing that not all wild creatures are enemies. From that day, the river became a symbol of unity between humans and nature, thanks to Jacqueline and Lulu's friendship. Years later, Jacqueline, now a grown woman, often told the story of the crocodile who taught her the value of trust. True trust isn't blind, she would say. It's earned through kindness, courage, and understanding. And once it's given, it's a bond stronger than fear. Her tale inspired the village to live in harmony with the river's creatures, teaching future generations to respect the delicate balance of trust and caution. Moral of the story: trust is a powerful bond, but it must be built on understanding, kindness, and respect. While fear divides us, trust can unite even the most unlikely friends.